My job is to oversee the entire career and technical education program for K-12 education. I have several people that work with me in the department, several administrators and specialists, and we work with the school systems to make sure that they're implementing the best possible career and technical education programs for the students that they have. Where that ties into workforce development is that career tech education and education in general really ultimately is a foundation for workforce development. The end goal for all of our students, whether they're going straight to workforce, to two-year college, four-year college, whatever the case may be, military, the end goal is that they wind up with a career in a job doing something that they enjoy, and they build a foundation from that beginning in K-12, particularly in career and technical education. Career and technical education is really a very simple concept. If you are able to step back and look at it, it's simply elective classes that are grouped together in clusters to provide programs that are in sequence courses in specific career-related areas. One of the easiest that most everyone in the state of Alabama will recognize right off the bat would be like an agri-science program where FFA is involved, and those programs have courses that are agricultural education related that could lead to careers in a variety of fields that are agricultural related. Everything from forestry to animal sciences to farming, all sorts of things like that. So we have a career planning system that all students in the state do in the 8th grade going into their 9th grade year that helps them identify the areas that they are interested in and should be good at, aptitude wise. And so by using that, we're hopefully able to steer them towards exploring opportunities in the different programs. So if they're interested in engineering, they might want to go into a pre-engineering design type program. If they're interested in or appear to have aptitude in the healthcare industry, they might want to go take our health sciences classes that we offer across the state in the different school systems. So by doing that, it allows them to begin to lay that foundation to proceed beyond high school, either straight into the workforce or into the 2-year, 4-year program in an area that they're interested in. Or it may be that they find out when they're 16, 17 years old and still in high school before they start spending money on classes that this is not what I want to do. I thought I did, but I really don't. So it's really a great program. We encourage all students. Career tech courses can count as required graduation credits now, so that's a big help. We've seen a huge growth in enrollment across the state and increased size in our programs. So, students are seeing the benefit of career tech education, and so are parents, and that's very critical. What we try to do in career tech from a state perspective, and what we're supposed to do, is use the data that we see through a variety of workforce development areas and agencies, Department of Labor, Department of Commerce, all of these agencies, we all work together. And through the data that we see, it shows us what the needs are job-wise across the state. There are 7 regional workforce councils, and each one of those has priorities based on that region that they need to make sure they have people ready to go into jobs as they open up. And so we use that data to drive home the programs that we offer at the local school level. So all the manufacturing that has been brought into the state over the last 20 years, we've been working hard to try to increase the number of manufacturing programs that we have in the state as well, because it only makes sense that as people retire from those jobs, we need to have people ready to fill those jobs right behind them. And the further we can get them along in the K-12 and in the 2-year college system by having programs aligned that train students in the manufacturing fields that are going to be available, the better off everybody is. It's great for workforce development, it's great for economic development, and it helps our programs, because then we can go back to parents and students and other educators and say, we've had X number of students graduate from this program that are now all currently working at these locations, and their average salaries are this, and their college debt is 0. Elmore County, where I'm from, has always had strong career tech presence. It's just a natural part of high school. Everybody kind of is involved in something. So it was not anything new to me. And then when I was principal at Holtville for 10 years, we had good, strong career tech programs there, so I was familiar with it from a principal standpoint. And then it got to a point in my career where I had been at the same place for pretty much all of my life and been a high school principal for 10 years and was just ready for a change, not necessarily unhappy, but was kind of getting a little stale and ready to do something different. And so the career tech director job opened up, and so I researched and prepared myself and applied and was able to get that job. And it really kind of rejuvenated me personally to be able to get into something like that, because what I really like about career tech is it's such a clear answer to that why question for a lot of kids. Like, why do I need to know this? Why do we have to learn this? Why are we doing this? Career tech really drives that home in most cases, where we can say, well, you need to know how to do this, because if you get a job in this field, this is what you're going to have to do. And if you can't do it, they're going to fire you and you won't have any money. So it's one of those things where it became just such a practical approach to education for me that it was just something new, not new, but just something that rejuvenated me, like I said. And I really have enjoyed it since being there. So I did that for 6 years before I came to this position. Career tech can apply in any setting with any kids in any environment. As long as we're doing the job we're supposed to do, where we make sure that the programs that we're providing are leading to something that is relevant for the students in that area. We talked about manufacturing earlier. Manufacturing is statewide, but we have other industries that might be really specific in a certain region, and we need to make sure that we're providing programs for students that may not want to leave their region, but might be willing to go a county over to where there's something that they can get training on in high school and 2-year college to go straight into. Well, as far as top goal that we have here at the department moving forward, there's many, but one thing that we're really working to try to do a better job of is create more awareness in the middle and elementary grades for students as well as teachers to understand the why of what we're doing and the reasons behind career tech and the clusters and the pathways and how they can build upon each other and create opportunities for students to begin to explore options that might come available to them later down the line. I think by making a better connection there, we will see improved programs at the high school level. We'll be able to do a better job of getting the right students in the right programs at the right times where they can get the most benefit. So, we've talked about everything from, trying to create a K-12 framework for career tech where we identify certain things that we would like to see happen grade by grade, as far as some of it would be as simple as just little, career days and some exploration kinds of stuff, certain field trips and things like that. So we're talking about that in big concepts right now. We really haven't got down much into the details. We also want to continue to grow and expand and use our CTSOs, which are Career Tech Student Organizations. Those are like FFA, FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America, Future Farmers of America, Skills USA. These are the programs where the students are able to learn leadership. They can hold offices, they fundraise, they compete locally as well as statewide and even nationally. We've had students in Central Alabama go compete in national competitions and place in the top 10. And so, as a state, we want to do more to use the CTSOs to promote what we do and promote our programs. And then just promotion in general, we really want to do a better job of getting the word out. We want to do a better job of communicating what it is that we do and why we're just a natural part of the K-12 experience that can benefit all students. That's another priority that we have. And then as far as 5 or 10 years down the road, the governor has a Success Plus plan, where she wants 500,000 newly credentialed workers in the state of Alabama by, I think, 2025. And that's a lofty goal, and the pandemic has kind of slowed us down a little bit on that, but we're making progress towards that. So moving forward, what I would like to see us continue to do, which the wheels are turning and we've started this process, is get to where the K-12 career tech portion of workforce development flows naturally into post-secondary, be it 2-year, 4-year college, and into the workforce. And so students that go straight into the workforce, they've got a clear laid out path that they can go and do the things that they need to do. And then once they get in the workforce through the Alabama Works Council, there's training and things that they can do to continue to improve and learn more and move up in the jobs that they have. Or if they want to go into a 2-year program, the programs are almost seamless in that they start in K-12 and they don't necessarily end in K-12. They can just continue. They can get off at that point if they want to, or if they want to continue on into, say, Central Alabama Community College for a program that continues to build on the program that they have, that they've been in. So that's kind of where I hope to see us going, where we're all on the same page, going the same direction, talking the same language, and doing the things that we need to do.